Alright, so today is a relatively special day. Today is Father's Day. So, I am making a couple of things. We're going to be having hot dogs and hamburgers tonight for dinner, but we're also going to have Cowboy Beans. Cowboy Beans, I'm going to prepare early on, I usually do, and then I just throw it on the grill or something later on for cooking purposes. You can throw it in the oven if you'd rather. I'm going to throw it on the grill because it's going to be way too hot to use the oven. I'm going to use half this package of hamburger, which is 4.5 pounds, so it's 2 1/4 is what I'm going to be using for the Cowboy Beans. The other bit of meat I'm going to save for hamburgers tonight. Now, this is very cheap hamburger meat. You don't need nothing special for Cowboy Beans because most of the flavor comes from the beans, the barbecue sauce, and the onion and garlic. So we're just going to brown this up. And after that's all browned up, we're going to put it in the pan with the rest of the ingredients. While your hamburger's browning, you can get the rest of your ingredients ready. You're going to need a big pan if you do it in my quantities. I have a 7-pound, 5-ounce can of beans here. I use Bush's Best. It's actually the only big can of beans that I can find, so. They have pork and beans, you could use that, but I wouldn't. Just because pork and beans already has pork and stuff in it. And we don't want that because we're going to add our own meat. If you want bacon, you can always add bacon. Or you could just use the pork and beans. I mean, this actually has some meat in it too. Big chunks, actually. The bigger the can, the bigger the chunk. Seems to be only one chunk. Either way. Gonna make a lot of beans. This pan's gonna be pretty much overflowing by the time we get done. I have 2 small purple onions, chopped up, diced up real nice and small. So I'm just gonna add that in. Alright, looks like I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese to the middle of this too. The cheese actually goes on top after it's all done. Because you know when it's done, when the cheese is kinda toasted. You could wait till it's just melted, but if you like toasted cheese, you could do that. I won't be putting this in the oven till later on, or actually it's going to be on the grill. But I won't be posting the video till after then. I thought about it. I'm like, nah, I'll wait till it's all done. Because otherwise, what's the point? Because y'all want to see the way it looks when it's done, right? I'm going to move this piece of meat right in the center here. Now, if you don't like onion, you don't need to use onion. You can use peppers. You can use pretty much whatever you want. I just like purple onions because they're on the sweeter side. It's a lot of beans. Alright, just that. Then you're going to want to take some barbecue sauce. Now, never measured how much barbecue sauce I've put on, because when you put barbecue sauce in a measuring cup, you can never get it all out unless you put liquid in it. So I usually do this, and this is how I measure it. I just drizzle over the top. Like that. And that, my friends, should be enough barbecue sauce. If you can cover the top pretty much with a nice thin layer, then that's enough. The pan's only about 2 inches deep. Probably isn't deep enough. So that's really all the barbecue sauce that you're going to need, because you just want it to accent all the other flavors. You can use any type of barbecue sauce you want. Say I'm using a sweet barbecue sauce, because there's people in the household with stomach issues and whatnot, and we don't want to have too much spice. We already have the onions in there and the garlic. Oh wait, I never put the garlic in, did I? Whole reason why I have a spoon here. And it looks like I might have to fish some of these beans out and put it into another container though. Yeah, I might have to do that. I use minced garlic. Alright, so just gonna put a nice, decent helping of garlic. That would be about 2 or 3 cloves if you were to do fresh. Put a little bit extra in for good measure. So let's just call that 4 diced, or a teaspoon and a half. Honestly, it's just so much easier to do this, and the price is about the same whether if you bought it fresh or not. And this tastes good. It's not horrible. But you can do it however you want. You just gotta mix that in. Alright, now that the hamburger's all done, it's fully cooked. Because it's a fattier hamburger, you're going to want to use a strainer type spoon so you don't get all the grease. A little bit of grease ain't going to kill you, but you don't want all that. You just spoon it in with your beans. Just like that. And after you get enough in with your beans, you're going to stir it into the beans. And I did remove some of this, so some of this is actually going to go on the other container that I have. Sorry about all that dog barking. Alright, looks like enough for that one. Alright, now that you have your hamburger on your beans, you're just going to kind of fold it into the beans. And you know, you can use it pretty much any type of ground meat. So if you don't like hamburger, you could use ground turkey, ground chicken, ground ham if you like ham. You know, ham's always good. I like ham. I like bacon. Here's some more. But if you make it like this, it's going to be awesome. And I do like to use a fattier type of beef for this, just because a lot of flavor from meat comes from the fat. I hate to say it, but it's true. That's why fast food restaurants always have those juicy burgers with all that grease, because there's a lot of flavor there. So after you kind of get that all nice and folded in, so every bite's going to be a nice mixture of onion, garlic, beef, beans. Oh, it sounds so good, and barbecue sauce. So, gonna want to level it out a little bit. And then this is the part that just sets it off. Not everybody that I've known who's made these does this, but believe it or not, pre-shredded cheese is cheaper than buying it by the brick right now. I was totally surprised on that one. So I have some pre-shredded mild cheddar cheese. I would normally go with extra sharp, but for this it really needs a milder one, because you already have a lot of strong flavors with the barbecue and everything, and you're going to want to be relatively generous on top. I mean, it's going to be almost like a pizza on top. They don't know what this is. They're going to think this is a deep dish pizza until they see that there's beans underneath. Now this is 8 ounces of cheese, finely shredded. Yeah, it's going to be plenty. I probably used a little too much of the smaller one, but that's alright. Doesn't have to be perfect, unless you want it to be perfect, and then by all means, do it up perfect. Take a picture of it. Send it to me. I'd love to see it. If anyone ever wants to try to show me up with my food, I expect you to try, because if you make better food than I do, I want to try it, and I want to change my recipe to incorporate how you do it. Now, I do wash my hands numerous times throughout this process. You notice all the jump cuts, I'm sure. Alright, then this is it. Next step is to throw it in the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes or until the cheese is melted, or onto the grill until the cheese is melted. It's on the grill if you got it cooking, if you got it cranking. Say propane grill, probably around 15-20 minutes, same. Charcoal, it depends on what stage of cooking. Normal stage of cooking, you're probably looking around 25 minutes. Only because it's more of an indirect heat and you kind of need the direct heat on the bottom. Otherwise the top's going to get warm because it's got so much stuff underneath. It's going to take a little longer. Otherwise, I'm going to say thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing this video, even though the very end hasn't come yet. Thank you so very much. I will see you guys. And then after this next jump cut. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Oh, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Alright, so the little one, I decided I'm going to cook it right now. And we're going to give it a try so I can get this video spliced together, uploaded, and so you guys can watch it on Father's Day. Well, whoever wants to watch it on Father's Day. So if you're watching this, what you need to do is you need to go tell your father you love him, or go talk to him, spend some time with him, if you have that option. I know not everyone has that option, but, you know, Father's Day is important. Alright. Ready? Mm-hmm. Ooh, cheesy.
Ooh, the puppy of fur. Ooh, there's a lot of things about puppy and fur.
Okay, stop.
We're dropping some.
It is very good.
Want me to?
My daughter just came over, so I'm going to have her give it a try.
Well, did you test it and make sure it wasn't too hot for her?
Yum.
Yummy, she says.
I have to have another bite. Oops.
Delicious.
You can taste the barbecue and the cheese and the beans and the beef and the garlic and the onion, so there's a little bit of crunch to it.
That's very good, though.
That's perfect. And that's an entire meal. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, share me with your friends. And always remember, subscribe for food. Yeah.